What's up, guys? Welcome to Love at First Sight. It's been a while since I've done a visual novel. I'm using my Turtle Beaches now, like I had in the mail a few days ago. It's an old school PX21, but this was actually my very first headset I've ever owned. My original one broke. Long story short, I took it off one time just so I could listen to the TV. Because I was playing a single player game, I only used the headset for multiplayer. Took it off, accidentally adjusted the knob to turn the game volume all the way to max for hours, and boom, everything blew out. Anyway, it's early in the morning. Today is the path I always take to school. I normally have to hurry, but today I'm making it easy. I had a little extra time to get out of the house, which is kind of unusual. I'm feeling good under the warm morning sunshine and cool breeze as I head to school. For the record, guys, I don't know how long this is. It could be a 20-minute visual novel for all I know. I've had it for about 5 months, and I'm finally getting to it. They don't know. So no option menu. Okay. 10 slots, huh? Okay. I'm not in a hurry, but it still doesn't take long to get to school. My house isn't right next to. Wait, my house isn't right next to school, but it isn't that far away either. Okay. And if I don't leave as early as I did today, I never have to run to get to school on time or anything. That's what I'm thinking as I change into my school slippers. I absent-mindedly climb the stairs heading to my classroom on the second floor, class 2-2. I put my hand on the door and it opens, and then... Oh, Makan, good morning. You're here earlier than usual. How unlike you. Her loud, ear-splitting voice shakes me out of the morning daze. Good morning, Nakimi. I see you're getting a head start on being loud in the lectures today. I guess, am I the girl or am I the guy? Because like the girl is like the thumbnail of the game, so I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being energetic. This overly spirited is Tsunumi Kimi. She's always like this, the kind of person who is always going full throttle from the moment she wakes up until the moment she falls asleep. You're not energetic, you're out of control, but I guess that's what I should be expecting by now. Morning, Tomo. You know her better than I do, right? Does she have full volume knob? Morning, I don't know Kimi for a long time, and I can say for sure that no, she doesn't. Ochai Tomoyori. He's a zombie in contrast to Kimi's liveliness. But like a Kimi, his energy level is constant. He's lifeless all day, every day. Yeah, I've only known her for a little while, but I'm starting to realize that. You'll get used to it. Makan, you've been lately started treating as bad as Tomokan. Is this really how you should be treating someone you only know for 2 months? Considering how annoying you are, do you really expect me to treat you any differently? Yeah, I've only known these two for about 2 months, so I've gotten pretty close to them in that time. I'm Fukunaga Momo. 2 months ago, I had to switch high schools because of my parents' work. Fall's over almost. I just had another season. Because of that, I was a bit of an oddity among other students. I was really nervous at first, but luckily these two came along and we became friends. That's mean, Tomokan. Say something. I don't like how everything's like gothic, dude. They're like all pale skin, everything's all black. Well, it seems like you two are getting close. Yeah, those things to you. Wait, is that what it said? I don't know how to go backwards. Hey, don't ignore me. I'm gonna say for sure that Tomo is really so uncomfortable here now. He doesn't take care of it. He doesn't take care of his appearance, and he's not the warmest person you'll ever meet. But he's pretty smart and ultimately a good guy. I learned how dependable he is pretty quickly. Okay, ignoring me is now forbidden you here. We might be ignoring her, but I guess I hold it to me as well. The fact that she's so annoyingly loud is her only real flaw. I don't know anyone more inspiring than her. Lately, Akimi's been trying to get me to hang out with her and Tomo all the time. The two seem to balance each other out, though it's not a perfect balance by any means, but from what I hear, they've been friends since they were kids. Although Tomo once told me she's basically just been following me around this whole time. The bell rings. It's already time for homeroom. What's first period today? Math. Our homework is due today. Did you do it right? Yeah, yesterday I finished your time to spare for a change. I was actually able to go to bed early because of that. A second rooming was forbidden. Hey. Okay. The morning lesson ends and lunchtime begins. Lunchtime, time to eat. We move from our classroom to one further down the hall. We're the only ones in here, and Akima's thundering voice echoes in the empty classroom. The three of us have been coming to this empty classroom for lunch since I transferred to the school. Okay, and the menu for today is Salisbury steak. Ooh, awesome. What are you, a kid? Come on. Can you at least lower the volume during lunchtime? Tomo, help me out here. After a moment, Tomo replies, what do you want me to do? Then he says, and snatches Akime's chopsticks from her. Hey, then Akime opens her mouth to protest. Tomo stuffs a piece of Salisbury sticking to her mouth. She seems to have forgotten anything. She wanted to stay on the food into her mouth, and she quietly chews it. Memory improves a moment later. Her expression is soft and tipless as she chews. She really is in her head. I'm not her keeper, you know. Could have fooled me. Who else could hold back at that freight train of a girl? You think I can hold back a freight train? Okay, maybe not. Exactly. Kimi's cries, spewing food everywhere. Then realizing what she did, she still closes her mouth and swallows. I'm the number one most cheerful girl in town, Tsunemi Akichi-chan. And with that, she goes back to eating her lunch. I guess she can't stay quiet for long, no matter what she's doing. The most cheerfulest girl in town. I don't think you have any competition for that title. No kidding, she's one of our school celebrities. Tomo starts on his own lunch. Seriously, you mean there's more? Yeah, our high school has a lot of unusual students. There are a lot of rumors floating around concerning our school, it seems. Wow, what other kinds of celebrities are there? You don't know about any of them? Well, first there's... Tomo takes a quick glance at Kimi, but she seems to be lost in her own food-induced paradise. She's not even listening to us anymore. Well, there's a lot of them. If you want to know, I'll tell you later. He doesn't want to talk about his in front of Akimi. I guess it's just a touchy subject, but I'll make it to a point and ask about it later. All done. You eat way too fast. Crap, I barely touched any of my own food while we were chatting. I should just start my lunch while she had her mouth closed. I'm not going to get another chance now. Hey, what are you two talking about? I was recounting that big saga of how you won your fame. He seemed to be really interested in it, so I wanted him to hear it from another source. Wait, what? Really sure thing, Makan. Do you want to hear about when I set the town for the first time with my fantastic powers? I hadn't met Tomo-kun yet, and no, I really didn't want to hear about that. Come on, Tomo. A minute ago you told me to take care of her, and now I'm telling you to do it, and I haven't even touched my food yet, so you be a friend for a bit. And with a second glance, he starts eating his lunch in silence. Makan, are you listening? So anyway, my mom had gone on shopping, and now you're the one who needs to listen, man. How was I get roped into this? And so I said my lunch, I got stuck listening to her story while I finished my lunch and gave her the occasional nod. School's over. Huh, Makan? Where's Makan? Kimi calls up to me as I'm packing up my stuff. She rushed out of the classroom right when class ended, and it seems to come back just as quickly. He said he has something to take care of back at his place, and that's a little early. What's up? Oh, really? Well, can you take this third-year classrooms for me? I promised to return this before the end of the day, but I've got to clean me and I got to do so. She has a small paper bag. It feels like it got a book or something inside it. I sigh. Fine, I'll do it. Takes a bunch. Give it to a student in class 32 named Ye Katashi. I'm counting on you. No sooner does she say that than she disappears once again. She just can't sit still, can she? I suppose I'd better get going too. No telling how long this Ye person is going to be there for. I finished packing up and headed to the classrooms on the third floor. I arrived at the third-year student's classroom with Akimi's package and looked for his person I was supposed to deliver to, but somehow the other students told me she stepped out for a bit. They say she'll be back soon and I can just wait for her here, but 10 minutes passes, she's still nowhere to be found. It's just have one other people here give it to her and just go home. School's over. Most of the students have been at their club activities for a while now. While I'm waiting in the third-year classroom, the other students file out, and the school's growing slowly because become devoid of life. The noise of daytime activity has all but disappeared. I feel like I'm in detention. I want to go home already. Giving up, I want to leave the classroom and turn toward the stairwell. My classroom is on the second floor, so I usually don't spend any time up here. The layouts of the two floors are pretty much identical, but somehow I feel like this is some alternate dimension. Just as I'm about to descend the stairs, I start to hear what I think are sobs coming from nearby. I figured I was alone. I relaxed because of that, but the sudden sobbing catches me off guard and I freeze. All my breath and strain my ears, and it's not my imagination. Someone nearby is crying softly. Hearing someone crying in an empty school building sounds like the beginning of a horror story. What am I saying? This isn't a horror story. School might be over, but the sun hasn't even gone down yet. Finding someone else in the building is strange. Should I say someone else? I don't know. Well, I say that, but the situation isn't exactly normal either. The sobbing continues. It sounds like it's coming from the next floor up. You can hear that? Oh. It's quiet, but it reverberates off the narrow stairwell's walls. It's definitely coming from the floor above me. I didn't realize it until now. But it's blatantly has 3 floors. The one thing above me is the roof, right? The school is over. The door is the roof. Should be locked by now, but I can still hear crying, so there's no way it could be coming from there. But if the door is locked, that means the way up is just a dead end. I can't just walk up to the check and claim I happened to walk by. But before I think it through, my curiosity has me turning around and heading back up the stairs. I climb step by step up the stairs as quietly as I can. Now I can't help but make a little noise. As I get closer to the source of the sobbing, I begin to hear it more clearly. There's just a one voice. Judging by the sound of it, it's a girl's. It feels like I've played 10 stories, but it only takes a few seconds, and suddenly I'm here almost at the landing. I take the last step and turn toward the source of the crying. In front of me is a girl wearing our school's uniform. She's lying against the door to the roof, sobbing. The girl has me walking toward her and starts shivering as she turns her head toward me. Nothing up to this point has been too ordinary, at least until I saw her face. The girl stares at me with her single eye, her face sopping wet from crying. And I don't mean that she was an eye. She literally had one giant eye in the middle of her face. She reaches up and standing in front of her. She jumps, drawing her limbs onto her body. A bit of light reflects off the unwiped tear near her wide open eye. I can tell by the way she's looking at me that she's terrified. She's not the only one, though. Without really understanding what I'm looking at, I stare at her unmoving as she does the same. She's wearing our school uniform, but is she really a student here? Maybe it's a different girl than I don't know. Does she have long hair? I don't remember. Anyway, next is the girl in the thumbnail, at least. So, anyway. No matter how many times I blink, a second eye doesn't suddenly grow on her face, and I finally realize what I'm seeing is reality. Faced with this girl who looks like she belongs in a fairy tale, I begin to panic. Strangely, though, I'm able to keep my fright from showing. This situation is so unreal, I guess my brain just refuses to fully acknowledge it. I heard crying and came to see what's going on. Are you all alright? The longer silence drags on, the harder it becomes to break it. I try to come up with something, anything to say to force myself out of this stupor that my mind is completely blank at this point. Anything is better than silence. Okay, it's question mark, so I guess it's not her unless he just says, I don't know. I need to go back and look. It seems her mind is just as blank as mine. I work my mouth silently as a few times before finally spewing out the first thing that comes to my mind. Do you need something to wipe your face? Her uniform is black, so I can't tell if it's wet from her crying onto it. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything. I produced my own handkerchief from my pocket and moved it off or do. But she goes sit on the top of the stairs. I gave her the handkerchief, and once again she starts shivering in fear. She's looking at me like I'm some kind of monster. Am I really that scary? Isn't she the monster here? Thank you. I held her handkerchief out stiffly for several seconds, and cautiously, she takes the handkerchief and wipes her face. Those are the first words she spoke so far, but her trembling voice is so quiet that I almost didn't hear it. I only checked with Disco about 2 months ago. I didn't think I'd seen you around. This is definitely the first time we met, of course. I'm sure that if I had seen her before, her face would have been burned in my mind. There's no way I could figure what I'm seeing now. So I asked her to give my handkerchief back. It's obvious from the way she's looking at me. She's still confused and afraid. We're not going to get anywhere at this rate. It must be a different class. Since I haven't seen her before. What grade are you in? I'm in class 2-2. Class 1-2. Okay, different girl. She's actually gave me a proper response this time. Was she really a student here? I guess I'm not a monster or something. So history. I've been sharing the same school and hell the same world with this person all this time. When you're lower than, the conversation grinds to a halt. I can't think of anything else to say. Actually, it's such a amount of things I want to ask her, but a lot of it has to do with their parents. I'm hesitant to bring that up. Time passes and I hurriedly try to think of something to say to fill the silence. What can I say? My mind is totally blank. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, and I panic. I had subsided wealth up inside my mind. I don't think I keep this up. Right, I have to get going. The girl looks like she was the same way, but I know where to turn and flee down the stairs. I head to the shoe rack, change my shoes, and start rushing home. I walk on for a few more seconds to clear the campus gates, and I pause for a moment, take a deep breath. Jeez, it seems like girl didn't follow me or even call after me. She probably still sitting on top of the steps in the desolate stairway. A cool wind is blowing as I walk home, and I gradually regain my composure, and my heart is still racing now. I think I'm going to feel uneasy about what just happened for a long time. I was really surprised. Maybe I just still don't fully understand what I saw. I'll have to think about it some more. Was it fear? Was I afraid of her? No, I'm scared about some girl, even if she is. Honestly, I can't shake the thought that she might be some kind of monster. She must, she must be human's high school student, right? I was definitely scared of my wits at first, but I think if she wanted to hurt me, she would have done it. In fact, that she's beyond harmless. She is as timid as a mouse. But if that's the case, why do I still feel uneasy? Is my mind just unable to accept that she has only one eye? No, shit, I didn't mean to skip it. And when I'm back to my usual ways of visual novels, accidentally skipping things. Anyway, I felt like I was avoiding her, I was avoiding staring at her or anything. Actually, I don't think I could have looked away even if I had wanted to. Whatever, it's not worth dwelling on. The fact that I'm not disgusted by her after all this means it's just pure surprise, right? I think that was a reasonable conclusion. At any rate, I don't think it's safer to say anyone who saw her face wouldn't forget anytime soon. As I am taking this over, I finally arrived at the familiar entryway to my house. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I guess I was on autopilot all the way home. I'm home. Oh, welcome home. You're a little late, aren't you? What are you doing? Kimi whipped me into her, being her own voice. She wanted me to deliver something for her. I do like to border on a text now that I pay attention to it. Anyway, it looks like a bunch of like notes or bandages, like the girl on the girl's head or something. Later that night, I let out deep sighs. I'm lying on my futon and able to sleep. For some reason, I couldn't tell my mom about the one-eyed girl. Yeah, like she'd believe you. It wasn't like it was a traumatic event or anything. I feel almost guilty. Anyway, I couldn't stop thinking about her face. I know that if I don't fall asleep soon, I'm going to have to rush to school tomorrow. I try to forget about everything that happened today, but I just can't keep my eyes closed. She looked like she wanted to say something back there, but I panicked and ran away. I kind of regret not staying now. I rolled over my futon several times, but I eventually came to a decision. I'm going to try and find that girl again. I feel like I should at least learn her name. I got an achievement. Cool. I'm actually going to do another day. I think I'm going to make my visual novels a little bit longer because they're so easy to play through. And, I'm actually really into this story and I don't want to stop yet. So, yeah. And let's go another day. Next day, I try to clear my head as I'm walking to school, but I can't stop thinking about that girl. Should I leave class during the break to go look for her? It's going to be difficult to leave without a good excuse, though. Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday instead of just stopping by. But there's no guarantee she's going to be in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle that situation gracefully, leaving her like I was trying to run away. Definitely not the best impression to make. I'll have to think of some excuse for going. Why did I even go investigate her in the first place? I'm not even sure I know myself. That girl, I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Wait, I'm going to have myself. Before I even think of what to call her, I'm actually about to find her. I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and about 5 you're going to have to show. But I think I'm some kind of freak, but I guess that's fine. If I just talk to her, it'll lighten some of the tension between us. Lucky to find I arrived at school. Looks like I was on autopilot again. I get inside, change my shoes, and head up to the second floor where my classroom is. As I walk up the stairs, I see some strange movement at the corner of my eye. Peeking around the corner of the connecting hallway is a head of a brown hair. It's a girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. I don't seem to be the only one who notices her head popping in the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something, but she really stands out, at least to me. She's moving around, her eye frantically, and sure enough, she picks me out if I'm within the sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her. All I can think is, why is a first-year student on the second floor year before she hurries up to me? I'm here, she hands out a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I had totally forgotten how I lent it to her yesterday. I hand the handkerchief, which totally folding she's folded neatly into a perfect square. I think she even washed it. Thank you. As soon as she says this, her tiny voice runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner. Hold on, wait. I can't stop myself from calling out before the money bell rings, drying out my voice for me. Oh well, I hit my own classroom. Lunch bell rings. I test my book in the desk and bolt out of the classroom. I don't think I even got to thank the girl for washing my handkerchief. I go to look for her to say what I wanted to do earlier, but it was a good excuse to talk to her now. I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down to the first year's classrooms, I head up the stairs. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up where I met her yesterday. Well, even if she's not, I can just look elsewhere. I get to the third floor and going up all the way up to the stairs that led to the roof. Hey, there's like a she's on the same step at the top of the stairs. I saw her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice. She looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly. She clearly wants to say something but can't find the words. She's in the same position I was in yesterday, it seems. You know, it would be really screwed up if she's some kind of ghost or something that only we can see, and that's why no one questions her, or maybe she just keeps beat up a lot and tries to avoid everybody. I don't know. I think it's washing my handkerchief. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion in her soft voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but at my face tells me that she's not what sure to do. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. So this is where you eat your lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? I say this gently as possible as I notice the lunchbox she got perched on her knees. That's a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, if you're not going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your lunch as well. While we're talking, I take my own lunch. Now that I think about it, I don't know if she has any other friends to eat with lunch with. Oh, no. Her answer comes too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eyes start darting wildly around the corridor in her effort to avoid making eye contact with me, and she begins to look even more nervous. Thanks, I'll just sit down on these steps. She didn't tell me to go away at least. I'll take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me as she's trying to escape. I sat next to her, but it's not like that. I'm that close to her. I'm a little offended. While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look over her as closely as I can manage. Up until now, I was fixed on her parted eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt. Her uniform looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch glimpses of the skin on her shoulder and stomach, and looks far from normal. I notice that she has bruises or maybe birthmarks. I'm not sure which. All over her legs, her neck, anywhere else I can see. Maybe she's a robot or something. The skin on her dainty limbs look as white as a ghost. She doesn't look like healthy by any standard. Is that selling ours meat? I guess I was staring too, obviously. With quickly break eye contact, but she keeps shooting me sideline glances like she's worried I'll attack her or something. I'm clenching my chopsticks, but my lunch remains untouched. The long silence is getting uncomfortable. I try to stick up some conversation. Gonna think of it. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. What's your name? It's Usui. God, I suck at this. Usui. I want to say Usui Sachi. Sachi, huh? Nice to meet you. Looks like she's not talking to. She's not talkative, though. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else ever come up with you or anything? Yes, I always eat here. No one else comes with me. Maybe that was too forward, but the fact that no one else comes up with her isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she afraid of me touching her? I see. So what do you do during lunch break then? Read, finish homework, a few other things. Oh, really? What kind of book are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately. So sorry, such a good, her voice rising like she's about to lose her mind. My lunch, I'm done, so excuse me. No sooner does she say this, she scoops up her almost untouched lunchbox and runs down the stairs. I can't really chase after her with my lunchbox sitting up with my legs, so she leaves me behind. I was just waiting that run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess she's trying to force conversation like that backfired. Sachi only ever replied to my questions a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me with her worried eyes. Did I really make her that uneasy? Is it that hard for me to open up to me? She seems to lead a very troubled life, and I might not be able to get close to her. No, just because I have an unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I should give up. Before I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke to her once, but now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I have to become friends with her now, no matter what. I can't give up. I have to keep trying. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now. I might as well eat my food. Well, to think of a way to meet her again, I finished off what's left of my lunch. But it's quiet here now. I thought no more were in the school you were during lunchtime. You would be able to hear students' lively voices, but they barely reach this lonely place. It's like I'm in another world. The voices of the students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clicking against my lunchbox is like a hammer on stone. Even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move is like the howling of a wind in comparison. How could she eat like this every day? As I close my empty lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akimi just as they're finishing their lunches. Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone. Took me to think of it. I never said anything to them as I left. Oh, my bad. I finished my lunch too. What did you run off to? Hey, have you guys seen the first girl with her really unusual appearance? What do you mean by that? At first, your girl, the one with the ocular issue? Yeah, that sounds like her. What are you talking about? Something I don't know about? Oh, this probably is something good to hear. It's not really a happy story about Rudy. You shouldn't keep things from your friends. That's what I mean, but anyway, what do you want to know about her? No, I just heard about her and you're curious. Do you know her? Personally, no, I've seen her around, but I never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might just be barely rumors. Fine, just tell me what you know. Are you sure you really want to know? Someone looks side to side like he wants to make sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us here are alone. In here? Yeah? Alright. He promptly turns from here away from me and stares at the floor as he looks as though he's staring into another dimension. Fine, I'm going to take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. At first, she's still in class to the female named Lucy, something I only remember her I remember her family name, but she only has one eye. Okay, everybody else has no family. Wait, one eye? You mean she lost one in an accident? No, she didn't lose one eye. She's only ever had one. Right in the center of her face, one big eye. What, you mean she's born that way? I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I've only ever seen her from afar, but I really don't think it's an injury. There's really a person like that in one of the first year classes. I never seen or even heard about her, not once. Well, we went a different year from her, but regardless, I guess she's trying to stay hidden, both from other students and from herself. What do you mean she's trying to stay hidden from herself? I mean, I told you, isn't a happy story. Tomo takes a quick glance at Kimi. He seems worried that I said too much about Sachi around her, though. It's not like I forced him to tell me. Yesterday, he avoided the subject of schools of celebrities. What was that? Because he didn't want to talk about Sachi? That's all I've heard, but she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not. We have to admit that at the very least, she's unusual. She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty more to find her disturbing. From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe they're all accidental considering she has. So in that case, it could be true that be from someone beating her up. If someone in her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you, but there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school. Could it be that before I wasn't sure, because all I didn't just but thinking back with Tomo, say it makes sense. Does anyone try to protect her? I told you all I know is rumors, not details, but there's another student who's a little famous, and I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl. It's not Ru-chan, is it? That catches me off guard. Akimi normally so loud speaks in a hushed tone. Now I think about it, she's been abnormally quiet the whole time. Tomo's been telling us about Sachi. I always figured Akimi would be the first to demand bullying whenever she sees it, but do you know her? I wouldn't say we know her per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school. Does that mean they know her? Akimi seems to be staring into space now, thinking. Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter, but yes, it is alleged feeling this girl is Sadokawa Rui. I've heard that she's from a well-off household and she's pampered growing up as a result. She's very self-centered. That's just the impression I got when I first met her, but there's probably more to it than that. She's got really popular among the students as well. That also contributes to her behavior. At least I think so. I see things are telling me. I can find out the truth of this on my own later, but I think I'm starting to understand more of the situation now. So what do you think of this one-eyed girl? As Tomo said, the fact is that Sachi is very unusual. I'm curious to know what she thinks about her. Depending on his response, I might have to change my plans. It's just what I told you, I think. So tell me, what were you doing during lunch? Why are you so concerned about this? I didn't plan on hiding it, but I guess I couldn't have anyway. No one seems to understand what I was getting at. I can't fool you. You made it too obvious. As I said before, I have only one trivial information, but you couldn't judge a book by her cover, so to speak. I haven't concerned myself with her until now because I didn't have any reason to. That said, if you want to help her out, you got my support. I see. Well, thanks. I didn't think there were any problems, but still, I'm glad Tom was so eager to help. I keep my face expressionless, but I breathe and turn a sigh of relief. Well, wait, did you just meet this girl, Makan? Kimberly quickly returns to her previous loud demeanor. Yeah, I did. Alright, now guys, I'll be back in a second. I really need to get a chug of this drink. Alright, should be good. Yeah, I did. No fair, I want to make friends with this girl too. Makan introduced me. It became me back to her old self. The way she was acting before was so unlike her. She seemed very worried when I said, blah, 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 and was bullying her came up, but now it's like she wasn't even here for the part of the conversation. At least I don't have to worry about Kimi being so nice to Sachi if they ever did meet. She's so damn friendly. I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm not really even friends with her. Come on, what are you trying to say? I mean, it's just that she's not used to talking to people, and I think talking to someone like you would really be overwhelming for her. That's what it's supposed to mean. You don't want me to meet her? That's definitely not fair. It's because your voice is capable of leveling buildings. Hey, come on. It's not like I'm going to give a speech to a huge audience. It's no exaggeration to say I'm a professional at having super relaxed conversations with guys, girls, kids, even dogs, cats, and lizards. Okay. It's definitely an exaggeration. You're intimidating with that loud voice of yours, and meeting is going to end with that girl running in tears. That's right. I know these two are good people, and I don't mind. I want to introduce them to me, but I don't think suddenly going by with more people is a good idea when she barely even knows me. Boo. What about Tomo then? I don't think they would work either. Do you think she'd just be a little scared to guys she doesn't really know walk up to her and start talking to her? She pouts at Tomo. He's right, I don't exactly have the friendliest face. It's as if you just meet with her on your own for a little while. It's true, he's really tall and always has somewhat of a strange look in his eyes. I'd probably scare her enough on my own, but if I brought Tomo along, she'd probably scream and run away. Sorry, you two. Fine, I'll get it. I'll give you a little while. But suddenly you get to introduce me. Sure, I promise. Good luck. If you need help, just ask. Thanks. If I come to it, I'll gladly take your offer. Act 2. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, I'm ending the video here, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.